Hello there, hunks. Welcome back to another Homunculoid review, where today we are looking at the Jada Toys Street Fighter 2 Chun-Li. I have a ton of nostalgia revolving around the original Street Fighter 2 game, so when they showed off that they were doing Street Fighter figures, I know I had to pick up a couple. I did not get the Fei Long or Ryu, but I did play a lot as Chun-Li, so I knew I had to get Chun-Li. And I think the other ones that would tempt me are Guile, he got shown off recently, and Blanca, he's got to be one that I'm looking forward to. Anyway, take a look at this box. Looks awesome. Looks like an old arcade cabinet. Got like the insert in the background, that's her stage. You can see everything in there. Looks really cool. On the side, got some artwork. Other side, on the back, we got the roster. Lame stuff. Well, anyway, let's get into the package. And here she is, looking absolutely awesome. Got that, you can't really see that. Got the face there, looks really nice. Nice and sharp. Got pretty much all the details that you would expect to be there. All the yellow all around. It's got like the little line running down. Goes onto the back. There's even little bits of yellow, like her little bun things. Not sure what they're called. And I did not realize this when they showed it off, but there's actually a little bit of texture to her shirt. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's like kind of a little more, I wouldn't say basketball textured, but something like that. Just got the cool bracelets, the spikes on there look super nice. Got the shoes looking all cool. Just looks awesome. Looks like she came right out of the game. Looks like if you just plucked her out of the game and dusted the pixels off, this is what she'd look like. Also, these bits, these soft pieces are like really thin and really soft. I didn't expect them to be so soft. Like I have some Marvel Legends, they have like some softer materials, but not this soft. This is really flappy, thin. Nothing wrong with that, it just surprised me. Yeah, proportions look awesome. Of course, it's Chun-Li. She's gonna have some really big legs, and they captured that right. Just looks absolutely awesome. And she comes with some pretty sweet accessories too, of course. Oh well, first in the box we have that little diorama piece. And that could be cool for a little display if you want to give her her own little spot on your shelf. Yeah, that'll do it. Looks really cool. Printing's really nice. Fits in really good. But let's get to the more exciting accessories, I guess, even though cardboard box is pretty exciting. But here we have an alternate face. In the middle of battle, screaming. And you just pop her head off. And there we go. There she is. Now she is a little angrier than she was before. And she also comes with some alternate flat hands, and just like the head, wow, just like the head, you can pop the hands off. This is a separate piece, so it can come off, but it's not like loose or anything. Like, it's not just gonna come off. There we go. And there it is on the wrong hand. And there, that's better. Yeah, that's a bit better, I think. Here she is waving hello. You're really far away, so she has to shout it. Oh, well, I guess it's really far away, so she has to shout it. And yeah, And one last thing that she comes with a little stand that comes with a little kicking effect. It's a little tricky getting it on. You just kind of have to shove this little end here through like this rubbery soft plastic. And one thing about it that I'm not the biggest fan of is I wish these had like actual screws in there, so if you wanted to, you could tighten it. Like right now, it's like a little bit loose, but it's like not a big deal. I don't see it flopping over or anything. But I kind of prefer my stands to be a little bit more tight, but that's just me. And you can kind of just put her leg in there, and you can get her stand. Yeah, looks like she's kicking. I'm sure if I spent a little bit more time, I could make that look a bit better, but just as is. Yeah, that's really awesome. And speaking of awesome, let's get into our articulation, which is really good, for a fighting character. But yeah, I saw a few videos on her because I do the thing where you order a toy and then you watch 500 videos on it before you actually get it. And even after watching all these videos, I was still surprised at just how well she can move. So let's go through that. I'm gonna change her head out so you don't feel like you're getting yelled at for the rest of the video. But here we go. And starting up at the head, she can look down super far, look up super far. She can kind of shift her head forward and back. Anyway, she can tilt a decent amount, and of course it goes all the way around. Oh, and she's got a little hinge at the bottom of her neck, I'm just noticing, so that'll help with down and up and whatever. And then onto the torso, she's got a diaphragm joint and a separate abdomen piece that I think this is probably like a ball joint or something. But anyway, when you use them together, yeah, really far down and even further back. It's just awesome. You get worried with female figures, a lot of times they have worse articulation, but yeah, she definitely doesn't have that issue. And onto the arms, go out 90 degrees, swivel around, no butterfly joint. Would have been cool if there was one, but I understand why there isn't, and honestly she moves just fine without it. But yeah, always would be cool to have another point. She has a bicep swivel hidden under her sleeve, which is really cool. Don't even see it because you can't. Double joint in the arms. Even with the spiked bracelets, she gets plenty far up. And see how she can do across like the body punch. Yeah, like she can get like kind of like a cross body punch going on, no problem. And on to the ever important legs, the most important point of articulation in a Chun-Li figure. So she can do the splits, absolutely no problem. Good for the helicopter kick. Her legs can go up really far, which this looks like it's far, but if we twist it, we can go even further. And then we just use the thigh cut, and there we go. Look at that. What more could you want? And as I just described, she has a thigh cut. You can get a little bit of movement up here, but obviously you're going to be using this. She has a boot cut too while we're at that. And her legs go really far up. Gets in the way of itself. They're pretty thick legs, but hey, it's a lot of range still. And ankles, they pivot. They go back. And and they go forward. Look how far forward that goes. That's always a useful one. I always find myself wishing figures were able to do that more. It's really good for some dynamic poses with lots of movement, having that ankle that can bend up. Really good for getting them to stand in those crazy poses. Well, not that pose, but yeah, she can be a little bit tricky to balance. I feel like her legs aren't loose, like they're definitely solid, but they kind of have a little bit more give than you would want to have it's not as rigid, I guess, as you might want it to be. So when you get around like one-legged poses, it can kind of bend without you wanting it to bend, and that can make it tricky to get the kicking pose you're looking for. But with a little bit of patience, you can get it. Let's see if I can get it on camera. I can do this all day. Just you wait. Oh my god. Yeah, I feel like it's the knee because I get it kind of like in the middle there, and then when I'm about to get it balanced, it just kind of moves back on me. Yeah, this might be a good one to have a figure stand handy for, but it's possible. It's possible, I promise you. Oh, and I forgot to mention she has pegboards on the bottom of her feet. And yeah, even with that issue of balancing, which I feel like is honestly this figure's biggest issue, which isn't even all that big of an issue because you can balance her. It's not like it's impossible. Some figures, they don't have this amount of articulation and they can't stand up as well as this can. I'm thinking of the Marvel Legends Stan Lee that has those shoes that make him like almost impossible to stand up. Just not even in a dynamic pose, but just a pose like this, he can't stand up. But obviously, that's not an issue here. Oh, I forgot to show you how much she can tilt to the side, which is quite a lot. Get her to dab, if that's what you want her to do. I don't know why you would, but hey, it's possible. And yeah, I have a couple of other figures here to compare her height to. I don't have many with me. I'm in the middle of moving, so I have a lot of my stuff packed up. This is just what I had out. So let me get her standing more straight up. It can be kind of tricky with the diaphragm joint getting like a straight on. But here we go. I have I have the Marvel Legends Squirrel Girl. Just a little bit taller, but definitely doesn't feel out of scale. And she is based off the older Marvel Legends body, and man, you can just see the progress right here. We got the single jointed arms, which honestly aren't that bad, but look at the torso. This is how far you can get down with her compared to her, night and day. But anyway, the only other figure I have for comparison is another blue figure, another blue and yellow figure. We have Penguin Mario. So if you needed Penguin Mario hanging out with Chun-Li, I think it works pretty well. But with all that out of the way, this is a really great figure for a really great price for what you're getting, honestly. Tons of articulation, looks just like she did in the game. And yeah, I can't wait to see what they come out with next. That Guile is going to be tempting, but I might see if I can hold out for a Blanca. A Zangief would be really cool, but we'll just have to see what they come out with next. I hope they keep coming out with these. They're really awesome. They also have other video game characters they're working on now. They have the Mega Man line, which I might have to take a look at. We'll see. I would like to see. But yeah, great figure, great price, great articulation, great looks. What more could you ask for? Well, that being said, I'll see you next time.
I'm sorry. I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.